Welcome to our very first Tuesday chat time. My name's Jacinda and behind the camera we've got Natasha.
Hello.
And we are here to give you demonstrations each Tuesday on our vases and our new ranges that we have coming in, and show you how to use them and what we think you should do or what you want to do for your events. It's just all about, I guess, learning and chatting about our vases and stock that we have coming in. So today we're going to start with our Mia vase, which is a beautiful green ferny vase. It's emerald, it's got beautiful details all over it, and we're going to show you some kind of ideas with some pink vibes today on how we can use them. So we are now going to be working with our Mia vase, and this is a beautiful, as I said, beautiful green vase with leaves on it, so it can really bring some really nice tropical vibes to your event. But also has that kind of garden vibe, which is really nice, just depending what you put in it. So today I'm going to be working with, we've got some beautiful lilies, we've got a pineapple, which is pink, which is really cool. This is something that Natasha brought in this morning, and it's really fun and really vibrant, and I thought that was really cool we could use this. So we're going to start with that. So I might start with some white, just kind of give it some volume. We can chuck in some more leaves. Sometimes I don't like to let the stems go down too far with the leaves on it, especially if you're doing the vases a few days before or something. Sorry, I need to get better scissors, but this is what we've got today. We don't want the leaves in the water because that makes it go a bit moldy, a bit mossy, a bit gross. So then we just kind of make sure we trim them off, otherwise it will become quite dirty water, and florals like beautiful clean water, so we'll keep doing that. So I'm just chucking, I like to kind of do it in my hand before I put it in the vase, just because otherwise it all kind of like flops around. But I keep holding it near the vase to see how I'm going, how I'm feeling. So you just like to lay it onto each other. Sometimes if you do big chunks of florals, it may not give the vibe you're going for if you want a really mixed colors of flowers. But if you are happy to have, sometimes it looks really nice if you have, big chunks of white and pink all in the vase at the same time. It just depends on the look you're going for. It's quite modern to do that these days. Yeah, so I'm just working with some beautiful pinks and whites and some beautiful leaves, some foliage. These are beautiful roses, and they all should open up. So normally you would buy roses a little bit closed, just so by the time of your event, that's when they're opening. So it just depends when you get some buds, or you can get the open ones, but they may start to wilt before your event if you're doing it a few days before. So I have now completed this floral arrangement. It's for this kind of look we're going for in the beginning. So we've got a mix of pinks throughout with whites and with the green foliage. Really kind of nice to break it up, and it kind of gives the tropical vibe that we're going for this first demonstration. I thought we'll quickly show you. A lot of clients love a bit of moss. We also have the real moss to go around the centerpieces, but for now this single piece is quite handy to demonstrate. So this, you can kind of see if you're going for that look, this could work really well, but I don't normally put moss with a tropical centerpiece. A lot of the time we can either do a gold base or a wooden base, and these are beautiful wooden tables. They look really well on our raw wooden tables as well, these beautiful centerpieces. So a lot of people go, oh, it'd be pretty rustic with a tropical vibe. There's a lot of ways we can kind of make this feel tropical, because woods do kind of get used a lot for tropical type of events, or Havana nights, whatever your kind of event is going. So adding a bit of gold kind of can help with that, or we've got other colors. We can add a bit of pinks, we can add a bit of greens, lots of different kind of looks we can add in there. Something like adding some foliage around the base can always add in some more kind of tropical vibes. I'll put those down there. That always kind of works as well. Or you can always bring in some kind of like props as well, which is kind of we could always pop this around there, but I'm going to use that a bit later for something else. So yeah, so that's kind of really good examples. It also works really well on its own. And just some votives around. I know people always wonder why we use votives. It really adds atmosphere and mood to an event. It just kind of brings some light to the tables. Otherwise it can be quite dark and it kind of gets lost if you've got a lot of stuff happening on the table. So a bit of light can really just make this kind of pop. Next I'm going to show you what I normally like to do is put these in a pair. So depending on your event, if your tables can fit this or if that's your vibe, yeah, so I'd normally like to put these in a pair on a table and it looks really nice together. So now we're going to move over to our Fern vase, which is a beautiful round vase. This vase is probably the most popular vase that we have due to its size, its shape, really good on cocktail tables all the way up to dining tables, long tables. Like imagine this in the middle of this table, which, you know, as it all goes down, people on either side. It's perfect size, perfect shape, adds really good texture to a table. So yeah, so we're going to use this one now. And some things we're going to be using are the pineapples. You got to be careful of these. They do spike crazy, like a crazy amount. So I would always be careful when using these. We've got some foliage, and then we've got some more pink florals. And I just love these, and these also have spikes. But you know, these always add a really nice color to the vase, and pink and green are beautiful. As you can see today, that is what I'm going with. So we'll start now and stay tuned. Alrighty, so we have finished this centerpiece now. We've got a very different kind of vibe. It's got a bit more fruity vibe, and we've added in some really hot pink as well. So this is quite beautiful. Could you imagine, say, a long table and you have alternating centerpieces, different heights, different kind of looks. This works really well. It'll kind of add a lot of color to the tables and give the wooden tables a bit of more tropical or Havana or any kind of thing in those kind of, you know, avenues. And they also work quite well together. So if you were to put them on the tables, you could put them next to each other on a round. If I was going to be doing that, I would obviously move these not so much sprawled out. I'd move them more facing up so they weren't too wide, and you could have them next to each other, which works really well. And then you could just have some votives. You could imagine a round table are quite big, so you know this would take up a good amount of space in the middle, where on here it's quite overpowering. But if you were to put it on a round table, this would, you know, make a good statement in the middle. But if you were to put them along, I would probably separate them and put, you know, some votives with it, and then that way that would look quite beautiful along the tables to give a really nice vibe. And this, you know, really works well with our beautiful wall tables. They're so stunning and they're really nice color. So this also looks really nice on here. You could chuck in, you could pop in some beautiful votives. In gold is kind of what is in at the moment, and we always like a LED candle just to kind of be safe. There's no one knocking anything around, sticking their fingers in it, anything like that. So we can, yeah, so we can do that, and it kind of looks quite beautiful on the tables. And they are the same color, and they do really work well with pink. It's kind of our color, so that's why we've chosen this today. But they also work really well with like more other colors. You can do oranges, yellows, whatever you're feeling at the time. And yeah, so now we're going to do more of a kind of garden vibe in the flower arrangement, and we'll show you what that looks like.